Today's class is not really a lesson, but I just wanted to go over the protocol of the book report with you guys. There were some people that still owe me the titles, and that should not be the case anymore because we are in late September. We're barely a little over a month from the day of the book report, and I wanted to go over some things with you. Here is a copy of the list of books that we were recommending, right? Here you have them. As you can see, there are plenty of books here, plenty of titles of all genres. There are titles for all types of interests. So your choice should have been an easy one because there's so much variety here. There are even comic books here, or they're called graphic novels nowadays. But I even have that here. So there's a little bit for everyone. Do you have the title of the book you're going to be reporting on? What? Which one is it? Which one? Jurassic Park. No, no, but yeah, I know. It's no, nobody chose it. You want it. Okay, a little warning. Many of the books that are here, I have read, and I know that many students do not like reading, and sometimes they want to like they think they can fool me. And I've seen students that give a book report, and you can clearly see they never read a book. I'm not saying that is your case, but this is a warning to everyone that attempting to pull a stunt like that with me will definitely backfire. When I give you a book report, I'm giving you the opportunity to engage in the experience and the joy that is reading. Uh, for me, reading is a joyful experience. Reading is a wonderful thing. And the main reason why I give book reports is to share the joy of reading with you. Reading can do something to you that no movie, that no video will ever do. And Jurassic Park is something I read like 2 years before the movie came out. And, sir, a fair warning, the book and the movie, they're nothing alike. I prefer the book a million times. The movie is like something for children. It's like the Disney version. It is quite different. So I will know if you read it or not. One student tried a while ago to fool me, and I heard him, and he had no idea how he was embarrassing himself when he was attempting to give the review because he thought that that I was swallowing the whole thing. So just letting all of you know that if you're choosing a book, you will read the book. You must read the book. I will know if you did not read the book. I've been doing this for longer than you've been alive, guys. So it's important that you keep that in mind. You have Jurassic Park. It's all yours. It's a wonderful book. If you read it, I promise you're going to enjoy the heck out of it. And when you see the movie, you're going to go, it's no good. Yeah, but one of the things that you're going to have to do is that you're going to have to watch the movie again because if your if your book has been turned into a movie, there's an extra part that you have to do in the book report. You have to state 10 differences between the book and the movie because they are never the same. You can make a book, you can make a movie based on a novel, on a book. They will never be the same because they are two different mediums. Okay? And you have to make changes. You preserve some things, but you have to change many other things. And Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic Park novel are quite different. They're quite different on many levels. Okay, so sir, you got Jurassic Park. It's all yours. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask because the whole idea of this presentation is to clarify any doubts you might have about how you turn in a book report. Okay, here we go. Here's the book report protocol. Let me expand it. And there you can see it. Okay, here's the book report. I'm sorry, here's the book report protocol. It says here that you will be giving two book reports in the year, one in the first semester, one in the second semester. And as you already know, you have to inform me about the title to avoid repetition because we cannot have repetitions in a book report. Everybody needs to be reporting on a book that is different. The book report consists of two parts. There's a part that is written and there is a part that is oral. Regarding the part that is written, I'll be showing you later on a form that you're going to fill that has specific questions about the book that you read. This written part is going to have a value of 50 points. The written part will have a value of 50 points, and when you put them together, they make a full grade of 100 points. You guys were supposed to check a book from the list, clear it with me. Once it was cleared with me, then you were authorized to read it for the book report. Remember, I'm talking book report here because you can read whatever you want. That's up to you. That's none of my business what you read. But if it's a book report, it is my business. Uh, so you guys, when you choose the book and you're done reading it, when you're ready to prepare the written report, you can download it from my website. And you know where my website is? It says written form. And it's going to ask you to write in your name and your homeroom number on the top because you have to identify your work. And then you're going to provide the following information. One of the things that you're going to be asked is to offer the title. You're going to write the title of the novel that you chose. You're going to write the name of the author. Then you're going to write the genre. Don't write fiction because fiction is not a genre. We discussed the genres in this class. We gave several lessons regarding genre, and at no moment did I said that fiction is a genre because all genres are fictional. So if your book is science fiction, it's science fiction. If it's dystopian science, you want to be more specific, and you want to say it's dystopian science fiction or it's cyberpunk or if it's military science fiction. But you can tell me. You can be that specific if you want to. But at least you have to tell me what genre it is. If it's romance, if it's crime, if it's a thriller, whatever it is. Then you have to inform who's the main character. And main means the most important one, and there can only be one main character. You don't have five main characters. You have one main character, the most important one. And who is that main character? The person who is mostly responsible for solving the conflict of the story. You know that when we spoke about plot, we said that the plot is basically a way of presenting the resolution and the engagement of a conflict in a structured format, in a structured way. So you always need conflict, and you cannot have conflict and call something a story. Is that clear, guys? Okay. So the main character is the one who is mostly responsible, or maybe he's the only person who is responsible for solving the conflict in the story. Then you have additional characters after the main character. Then you can like write what other characters do you have there. You don't have to make an extensive list. If you want to share like three of them, that's fine. Just write the name of three other characters if you have those three characters. If you don't have the three characters, let's say the novel that you're reading has two more characters, then that's all you write. I doubt it, but I mean, if you have like 50 characters in a story, in a novel, I mean, you're not going to write all 50 names, so three will suffice. Any questions so far, guys, regarding what I have explained? Okay, then you're going to write a structured synopsis. Does anybody know what that is? What that means? Okay, you know what? You know what you know what a summary is? Well, synopsis is another name. It's a prettier name for a summary. We want you to share a summary, and it has to be brief. You know what brief means? Small as small as possible, because if we wanted to know every single detail, we will read the book. And that's not necessary because you read the book already. So what you're giving us is like the bare bones of what's going on. I think that a very good thing for you to do for this book report would be a plot map that will help you zero in the information that you need to write here. And when you're writing that synopsis, you're going to also share the climax and the resolution in another part. I'm going to be asking you to share that information. Then it's also asking you to share the exegetical message. Is there a message there? Yes. Sometimes I have seen interviews with writers of their own books, and they ask them, and the interviewer asked them, "Is there a message in your book?" And to my surprise, they say, "No," but that is not true. Whenever you communicate something, there is always a message. Maybe you did not intend to communicate a message. Maybe that was not your purpose, but you gave a message anyway. When you say something, when you express something, you are giving a message, whether that's your main goal or not. Some authors have a very clear intention of relaying a message. Some just want to entertain you or build up a world or build a character or whatever, and they're not interested in overtly giving a message. But the reality is that at the end of the day, whether they realize it or not, they are sending a message. So I'm asking you to find what that message is. Do not write, "There's no message." That is not true, and it will be marked as incorrect, as wrong. And what can be a message? Well, you read Sniper. Let's take Sniper, for example. Is there a message there? Anyone? Yes. It's a war story. Does it say anything about war? And remember that the message is not that at the end you see the author saying, "My message is this." No, the message you get from reading everything. You ask yourself, what is this person saying? What is this person trying to communicate? You know that Sniper is a war story. Does it? Do you think it tells you that war is cool? So what is it? What is it saying? What would the message be? What do you think the message would be? There you go. Excellent. Fantastic. Very good. I agree with you. Maybe somebody will get some other message there, and that's fine too, because some messages are open for interpretation, right? So what you interpret, what are you getting? But it has to be from the book. It's not something that you're just like pulling out of somewhere else from the air, because this is exegetical. Exegetical means that the message is there, that is inside that story. That's where you're getting it from. Okay, some people say, "Oh, this is a message," and when you read the book, you say, "Well, that doesn't say anything about that there. Where did that person get that from?" Are you understanding what I'm saying? So when you're writing down the message, it's what's there. It's not whatever you want it to be. Okay, like I've had people tell me that, "Oh, the message is that you should never give up." And you read the story, and there's nothing here about never giving up. What's that person saying here? They thought that would sound cool, and let me say this because it sounds cool. No, what's the message? And you have to figure it out. It's there in the text. You have to figure it out. You have to interpret it. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? So is that clear? Okay. And guys, again, if you have any question, please ask me. Okay, please ask me because I want this to be as clear as possible, so you can do a good job and you can be successful. Um, Something else that you need to share is a valid personal opinion. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, but noted that I added another word here, the word valid. What do you think that means? Because we have opinions and we have opinions, and not all opinions are the same. Not all opinions are equal. Some opinions are ridiculous. Some opinions are powerful. They are very strong. They are very solid. What will make an opinion solid and powerful? What do you think? What would say that word again? That's a wonderful word. Who said that? No sé. Matute, thank you, Matute. Está directa hoy. um, yes, facts. When your opinions are supported by facts, can you argue with facts? No, you can't. So that makes your opinion powerful if it's solidly based on facts. Now, just saying just because or because I feel, that is not worth anything. An opinion like that is not worth anything. So the opinion that I want here is a valid one. It's based on the book. It's reasonable. It makes sense. And that's something, oh, I didn't like the book because it was boring. You know how ridiculous that sounds? There are people that are always bored. They were born bored and they're going to die bored. Uh, is that a reason to say that a book is bad and you didn't like it because you were bored? Or maybe you didn't do a big effort enough to understand what you were reading? Because I've made that statement out of ignorance, let me tell you. I'm not saying that I'm innocent. I'm guilty. I have been guilty, and maybe I will be guilty. God forgive me of expressing an opinion that is not valid. Shame on me. Sometimes you have to dig deeper to see the value in things or to understand certain things. You cannot be superficial. So I hope that when you read the story, you understand what the message is. Maybe there are a few messages, not only one. Find one that is there, not one that is not, not one that is in your head, one that is in the story. And when you find when it comes for you to give a personal opinion, that it sounds reasoned and intelligent, that it didn't come from a place of ignorance, as I said earlier, because there was a moment where there was a time when being as a teacher, when I only gave the only books that I allowed for book reports were books that were not turned into movies. You know that many movies that you see out there were originally books. They are based on books, on novels. And I was going like, wait a minute, they're not going to read the book if I let them read that book. They're going to see the movie, and then they're going to try to fool me. But as years went by, there came a moment where I was running out of books by thinking that way, by prohibiting books that were based on movie because they were basically making movies out of every great book. And I said, but I'm keeping them from reading great books because there's a movie. It's not very smart. I told myself, it's not making a whole lot of sense right now. So what I did now was I added another feature. You chose a book. You are 100% responsible to find out if there's a movie out there based on this book. You have the responsibility of seeing that book. How? That is up to you. You're the one who chose the book. So you are totally responsible. It is completely unacceptable to say, oh, I didn't know, or I couldn't find the movie. You chose the book. Now you have to find the movie. If there is a movie tied to your book, if there's no movie, then you have nothing to do because there's no movie. But let's say, for example, Mr. Descartes said that he wanted to read Jurassic Park, which is one of my favorite techno thrillers. It's very well written. I felt so smart after I read it, and it's a fantastic novel. It's very exciting. It's very different from the movie. It's very different. When I look at the movie, I say that's a dumbed down, Disneyfied version for children. And I enjoy the special effects and everything. I enjoyed seeing the dinosaurs and the action and all that. But it's not the book. It's very different. The book is much more sophisticated, and it's more for me. It's more thrilling, and you're going to learn a lot when you read Jurassic Park. Now, there was a moment when I said, "No, you can't read the book because there's a movie." Now, okay, yeah, read Jurassic Park, but you're going to watch the movie also, and you're going to state 10 differences between the book and the movie. And that's what's going to happen with anyone that chose a novel that had been turned into a motion picture. You will have to watch the motion picture. Let's say that you chose to read Romeo and Juliet. This is an example. How many Romeo and Juliet movies are out there? Like a million. Do you have to watch a million? No, choose one. One. And that one that you saw, contrast it um, with the book. 10 differences that you're going to have to write down. Is that clear, guys? Okay. Now, if there's no movie, as I said, then nothing to worry about. Just the ten items. If there's a movie, then it's 11 items and not 10, and it has to be completed. There have been students that told me, "Oh, there's no movie," and there's a movie, so they end up losing points. So you don't want to make a mistake there. Okay. Any question regarding what we have just discussed? So okay. So that's the written part. What about the oral part? Well, if we were in the classroom, you know what you will be doing? You will be getting in front of the classroom and sharing with the classroom what you wrote in the written part. You understand? That's basically what an oral report is. You stand there for not more than 2 minutes, not more than 2 minutes, which is a long time for a book report. 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, you can say a million things. And those 2 minutes, you share the information of your written part without reading it. And there's no reason for you to read anything because if you read the book, you know exactly everything. I mean, when you go to the theaters and you watch a movie, do you have you ever shared what the movie is about with somebody else? Hey, I saw this movie. I saw Wonder Woman, and this happened. And do you need to have it written down to share with your friend? No. So why should you need to have it written down if you read the book? Usually, when somebody tells me, "Oh, can I read it?" You know what they're telling me? What do you think they're telling me? I didn't read anything because if you read it, it will be here. It will be in your head. So basically, what you're going to you will be standing in front of the classroom saying, "The title of the book that I read is blah blah blah. The author is blah blah blah. The genre is this, that, and the other, and this is the setting of the story." Remember that setting are two things; it's not just one. This is the main character. These are additional characters, and this is what happens in the story. This is the climax, and this is how it ends. I think that the message that the author is trying to convey is this, that, and the other. And my opinion will be that the book is good because of this, that, and the other. And thank you. That's it. And if you had a movie tie-in, instead of sharing the 10 differences, only share five. The difference in the book, I said in the book this happened, and in the movie this didn't happen. In the book she was blonde. In the movie she had brown hair. Things like that. That's basically what the whole thing will be. But since you guys are not going to be with me in the classroom, how are you going to do this? Well, you're going to use your phone or a camera and you're going to record yourself for 2 minutes giving the oral report and you're going to send it to me. You're going to send both things to me together. The video of the oral report and the form with the written report. That's basically what the book report is all about. And we did it last year that way. We had the experience already, and it worked fine. The book report is for November 5, but I can give you November 6 instead of November 5. I can move it to the 6th. I usually write two dates because when we do it in the classroom, it takes like 2 or 3 days. But since we're doing it online, it doesn't matter anymore. So that basically, guys, is the protocol. Do you have any question, guys? Where can you find all this stuff? It's right there in my website. And the form, let me show it to you. Give me a break to show it to you quickly. Here it comes. And there you have it. You just download this document and you fill in all the information. That's how simple it is. Any question, guys, regarding the book report? It's pretty simple. Okay. So, all right. Then I'm glad that we're clear. If down the road, down the way, you have any question regarding the book report, feel free to ask me, and I will gladly uh, answer your question to help you be as clear as possible so you can be successful in this book report. A book report is a type of activity that is entirely under your control, and there's no reason for you to get a bad grade in this because you can control it. You're not like being timed or anything. It is you're going to enjoy the pleasure of reading a great book because all the books that I posted there are very good, and you're choosing the one that you wanted. I did not assign you the book, so it should be something that is highly enjoyable for you guys. Just make sure that you're reading and understanding what you're reading. Enjoy your book, and then just share that wonderful experience. Like when you watch a movie and you like it, and you can't wait to tell your friend about it. Same thing here. Same thing. Not different. We're just structuring this activity, and I'm making it official now. November 6th. It says November 5, November 6th. It's going to be November 6th to give you that additional day.